For the Age of Annihilation Rising Tide expansion, they re-released 4 sets from the HeroScape terrain system. They've got
the Lands of Valhalla. We've got the Waters of Valhalla, the Snowfields of Valhalla, and finally, the Swamps of Valhalla. Let's take a look at the special features and what you get in each box on Legendary Tactics. The best way to see what these sets do and what they are is by setting them up. So, Gastel, let's get to it. Whew, well, that was a bit of a workout.
That took some doing.
Yeah, so you can see the sheer volume. So we have 300 hexes here.
On 63 tiles?
We have 124.
On both of these sets.
124 plus 2 trees, 2 evergreen trees, plus 2 swamp, what are those?
Bushes.
Swamp bushes, okay, nice. And then we have 45 water hexes.
Right, including 6 of these wellspring tiles.
That's right, and we're talking about the individual squares as opposed to, you know, like one giant tile has a number of hexes on it. So,
that's right.
So you're getting a ton of terrain, especially in this set. 300 is going to expand your set a lot. And really in HeroScape, can you ever have too much terrain?
No. You just need a bigger table.
That's right, yeah, exactly. And a bigger house.
Though a friend did say that they found that once games got a little too big, the time ramps up very quickly. So, you know, if you're playing on a board this size, the game's going to be half an hour, 45 minutes, an hour if you got super complex rules. But he says once you start making it table-sized, you get into 3 or 4 hour games sort of thing.
Interesting. I wonder how it could, like, how many players could you play at a game of HeroScape?
Well, I have a plan at my house to cover my dining room table in HeroScape tiles.
It's a big table.
It is a big table. It's like 8 feet long, and I'd like to cover it and have biomes along the way.
Oh, cool.
And then the idea is there will be 3 people sitting on one side of the table, 3 people sitting on the other side of the table, but the teams will be like 1, 1, and 1, and then 2, 2, and 2.
Okay, so you could fight either way?
You could fight either way or across, and the idea is that your main competitor is the one across the board from you, and then once you win, you start pushing to the left or right.
That's very cool. Okay, so let's go over some of the features of the terrain. This is quite easy.
It's vanilla.
It's the exact same thing that all the other tiles have been, and this is backwards compatible with older sets.
Yeah,
it looks the same. Everything's almost
It's exactly the same.
This is a little bit different. The coloration of the water.
The coloration of the water. This is called sparkly water, and the original set and the Swarm of the Marrow set had water that was a solid blue, sort of like the swamp tiles over here, but in a blue color.
Right.
Which means these aren't as backwards compatible. However, if you just want to have a stream or a lake or something, it's definitely possible.
And we've set this up just as a single layer. Same with, I guess, these tiles here, because you can't click these on top. There's no
clicking.
That's right. So it's just one level.
That's right.
That's right. Now, are there different features associated? I guess we've covered.
Well, water has special. If you move into water, you have to stop. Unless you have a special water moving ability.
That's right.
So that is a special feature here versus those.
We have ice has the same feature. When you land on it, you stop because your character's slipping and sliding all
even
over.
Moving from one to the other. It depends on the scenario, but the ice can either be moving 1 or moving 2 to move through it.
Right.
And the same with the snow. It can either be regular snow, which is just sort of vanilla terrain, or it can be heavy snow, and now you're moving 2 for each space. So this, this would be an interesting place where flying creatures suddenly have a little extra power.
Right. Oh, very cool. I love the look. Like, aesthetically, the white really makes a set pop.
Yeah, there is also concrete, which is sort of a beige color. I like the snow more than the concrete for sure.
Very cool. Okay. And we do also want to thank Renegade Games for providing a review set of each of these for us. And we try, as ever, to not let that influence our review of the materials here.
Right.
And you've bought a ton of these on your own
I
anyways. So
I have.
yes.
All of this I've purchased as well on my own. Now, the trees, this was the set that I got with my first trees that I had ever collected. And the trees are quite solid. They're good. Obviously, this is for causing cover if you're going to have a character hide behind it. My only disappointment was you only get 2 trees in the set.
Yes.
And they are different. They're not the same height. They're not the same sculpt. So that's nice. But wouldn't it be cool if there was like a forest of like 6 or 7 trees that you're sort of moving around within? It would make you feel like you were in that evergreen forest. I think with
Same with these guys.
Yes, and that was going to be my, I have a ditto comment with this. Swamp tiles are, talking about rules, swamp tiles are the same as water tiles, except you don't have to stop when you move in them. But anybody who has water powers, the water powers are active in a swamp tile.
And they don't do height. You don't have to...
Yeah, we sort of have an error here, but this is the same as this height here. Like even though it's on top, it doesn't count as a level up when moving from one place to another. Okay. And the same here, this is the same. This is the same going from there.
That's right. All right, so the main benefits to the new terrain are aesthetic. You get some extra cover, and you get a few different properties for your characters to interact with.
And the ability to make more maps.
That's right. Yeah, absolutely. But I mean, so these 4 sets, you could make quite a big board just with this.
Well, we filled up this table with just these, and we've been very generous with the stacking over there.
Yes, we have.
Because there was just too much terrain in that
plopped
set.
it all down. Yeah, absolutely. That's great. Well, thank you for joining us in Legendary Tactics. If you like this kind of preview, please like and subscribe. It always encourages us to do more. Now get out there.
Get gaming and be legendary.